Director at Camp Olami. I'm making this video today for JCamps at Home, and I want to share one of my favorite resources for creating your own escape rooms at home, and then also just if you're really into puzzles and brain teasers and things like that, this is a super awesome resource. So for those of you who don't know, I am actually a teacher during the school year. I teach high school math. So I love problem solving and I love doing puzzles and things like that, and doing escape rooms are one of my favorite things. I love it. And I know a lot of our campers at home like that stuff too. So I wanted to share this resource because it's an awesome website for parents, guardians, families to do these kinds of fun games and even do a breakout room in your own home. So I want to share this with everyone. So this website is called Breakout EDU. It was created for education, hence the EDU. However, if you look at this little scrolling tabs right here, you see the Breakout EDU Fun at Home. They've been doing a lot more activities and things like that that families can do at home for the pandemic and staying home and trying to be safe. So that's something that you can totally check out. There are some things that when you log onto this website that you can buy and you can purchase, like different games, and also they make these kits that have a bunch of different keys and kind of like the black light pen and flashlight and things like that. So if you're really interested and your camper or your child loves these kinds of puzzles and games, you can definitely buy one of those. However, a lot of these games and the setups are free, and I'll show you that in a second. Honestly, I just went to Home Depot and I just bought a bunch of blocks. I just made that investment for myself, and I've run these games in my classroom at school and even with campers at camp sometimes. So that's another option. But this is kind of that main page. It's this platform.breakoutedu.com. When you get to the page, it will usually ask you to sign in at some point. I always sign in right away just using my regular Gmail account, and it's good to do that because there's things that you can save if you really like a game and stuff. And when you're on this platform page, it shows you all of these different areas that they have these kind of breakout games for. So obviously, again, this is created for education. So there's all these different things like math and science, social studies, movement for Phi-Ed. If you want to do those kinds of games and get kind of that practice of those school related activities during the summer, go for it. They're really fun. I like to do the math ones, obviously. However, they have them in all these different categories. When I'm working with our young campers, I like to start with the elementary tab, and you can click there, and it literally tells you how many games they have available. So thousands of games. They're not all free necessarily, but some of them you can purchase for a pretty low price, or they do have ones that are free to access. So again, there's more tabs here that you can just kind of browse through yourself and find one that you and your camper think sounds kind of cool to try. I kind of like to go with the user-generated ones because those are ones that people at home have created and then shared with Breakout EDU. So I like to browse through those. I want to find the one Monster. Where is it? Here, Monster Mayhem. This is one that I've seen before and it went really well, and it kind of just tells you the basic setups here for recommended ages and how long it might take and things like that. Again, sometimes it might say whole class, but you guys can definitely do them at home. It's totally up to you on how you want to address these. Sometimes you'll see these little flyers or postings on each activity that say kit required. It might also say digital or locked. So if it says kit required, it just is telling you that it wants you to probably use one of the Breakout EDU kits. However, if you just have some of these locks or things at home that you want to use, that's what I do. So you don't have to use the kits. But if you see one that says digital, that actually means that all of it's on the computer. You don't have to do any setup. You just start working right away, and it's like a breakout game in the computer. It's really fun. The locked ones, those are the ones that you do have to pay for. They're not totally free. So let's click on this Monster Mayhem one to kind of show you how they're set up. So for every breakout room or breakout escape game, there's always like a story, like how did you get set up in this room or what's going on. It'll give you the lock combinations, so the different types of locks that you need and where you're going to put those, and then it'll tell you different tutorials to, dealing with these locks. And again, they do them based on their kits, but you can use your own like I do. And then last, there's usually a video, which is super helpful because honestly, sometimes the setting up of the room is the hardest part. And usually there's a lot of videos on there that show you exactly how to set up the room. So we're not going to watch this whole video because it's 7 minutes, but that's something that you can watch to say, okay, where do I put this key? I have to print this out and put it over here, and shows you how to get going. And then obviously there's reflection questions at the end. Those aren't required, but they're fun to do when you're with a big group. So this is I just wanted to share this with our families. It's one of my favorite things to use during the year, and I think it could be so fun for families at home to try one and set one up and do it all together, or have the campers try it on their own. There's a lot of different things you can do here. So I would encourage families to browse through this website. If you do have any questions, feel free to contact me. I've used this website a handful of times, again, with a bunch of different ages, and I really love it. So, and if you have troubles, let me know. I'd be willing to help. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoys, and let me know if you do a room and you like it and you got out. Let me know. Otherwise, enjoy and have fun.